love a vodka Cran. Tastes like 21. Okay guys, so today I thought it would be fun to take all of this brand new makeup that I have and just do like a chatty get ready with me. So if you watch my live streams, you've probably seen me use some of this before, but I thought I would do it in a proper video because I got some good stuff. This I cannot put down. This is the Auric Glow Lust, which is Samantha Ravindal's brand new makeup brand. So I am going to use this as a base today, which is one of my favorite ways to use this because the foundation I'm using is actually very matte. I'm gonna try to not put it like directly on my T-zone because the pores are a little bit bigger here and that's not cute. Don't really have to do a lot with the forehead because I've got these great bangs to cover up all those wrinkles. So if you ever feel, you know, old and haggard, just grow yourself some bangs. You'll feel much younger. I also do want to throw some love and support out to our friends in Texas who are dealing with a huge snowstorm that they were not prepared for. There's power outages, people don't have water. I am going to put a link to an article down below in the description box. The article will have a link that you can click on and it will make it super easy to donate to many organizations that are helping out Texans right now. Everything I'm talking about today, as per usual, will be linked down below in the description box. This is like the second or third time I've used this. This is the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. You can use this as obviously your foundation and your powder. I don't really set this with powder because it's so matte on its own. You can also, if you're doing like a full beat, use this as a setting powder. I'm probably never going to use it like that because I don't ever do that full of a beat, but if that's your jam, you can totally use it that way. And I'm just going to apply this with a damp sponge. So I got this in shade 170 and I also had the liquid form of this foundation, which I love. I have heard that whatever shade you are in the liquid foundation, it might not be like 100% perfect match with this. So I feel very accomplished because we just finished up a series. It is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I was actually thinking about doing like a Mrs. Maisel look because I mean, wow, the costuming, the makeup, the hair, it is so fantastic on that show. I don't know why I was so slow to start Mrs. Maisel. That's not actually true. I think I do know why. When things are really, really popular and really, really hyped, I oftentimes just am not interested. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you know what? It was hyped for a reason because it's fantastic. If you don't know what the plot line is, you basically live under a rock, but Midge Maisel is a 1950s housewife and she discovers she has this incredible talent as a stand-up comedian. I think the series does a great job of being super balanced. Like it's kind of over the top. It's very of that period, which totally makes sense, but it also is kind of down to earth and really believable in some ways too. I don't know how they span that gap, but it's impressive. I also feel very conflicted about a lot of the characters, which I think is a really good sign because it means they're complicated. Like half the time, I kind of want to kill Midge Maisel. She's kind of annoying. She talks at the speed of light. She doesn't know when to shut up. And just when I think I want to throw her out the window, she does or says something where I'm just like giving her a slow clap. You know, this surprised me because as you know, I'm into a much dewier situation. I'm not really a matte foundation girl and I'm most certainly not a powder foundation girl. I think the coverage is really natural and you know, I feel like I can go in really light with it. It is buildable, but I feel like I can give myself a really natural light coverage and I'm not mad about it. I also like that it's a 2-in-1 situation for me. I don't feel like I have to powder it. So I don't have a new concealer, but I'm going to go in with my Glossier Stretch Concealer. Just say I felt a little bit puffy this morning. Oh, you best believe I broke out both pairs of my ice balls and just went to town on my face. Can't talk about the balls without sounding nasty. Also like to just go around this part of my nose because it kind of is a little bit red and I have some broken capillaries. How are you guys holding up? I mean, it's February. February is super bleak, especially here in New York. In fact, it's so bleak midwinter that last night, I'm not even kidding you, when I was cooking, I turned on Spotify and I just searched the song Bleak Midwinter and played a bunch of different versions in a row of it. Listen, sometimes I like to really just like lean in and like bathe in that sadness, you know? So this is a new cream blush that is right up my alley. I've tried it once before, so I already know I love it. This is the NARS Air Matte Blush in the shade Torch. And the texture is very, very similar to the Shiseido Minimalist Whipped Blushes, which you know I love. Aspen cheeks. I know I mentioned this in my recent video, but I'm gonna mention it again, and I'm gonna mention it until you watch it, okay? Yep, I'm talking about my box office beat video. It's a new series I'm doing where I put on makeup and I recap a movie. It's super fun. It's very much in the formula or vein of like what Better Off Red or Bailey Sarian does with true crime. That's what I'm doing with movies. So even if you don't give a shit about the movie and you don't even care about seeing it, just come and watch my review, because basically I'll recap it for you in what I hope is an entertaining way while I'm drinking and putting on makeup. Okay, so get to the point, Cate. I'm taking requests. So if you guys have any requests for box office beat, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear. I have a running list, okay? The list is getting long. I honestly feel like I look like a fresh snow angel right now, and I could stop right here, but we're not gonna stop right here. So to get ready for my eye look, I'm going to use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer poche. I'll tell you what, another reason to get bangs is it really cuts down on the time it takes to do your makeup. You just leave out your whole forehead. And if you're a person who's like, do I need an eyeshadow primer potion? Is that really necessary? Yes, you do. If you're a person who loves eyeshadow, you definitely are going to benefit from using some sort of an eyeshadow base. Just makes everything go on smoothly, and also the pigments pop even more when you use something like this. I'm using it again, guys. So I just did a live stream about this Naked Wild West palette. I love this palette. I love everything about it. I love the packaging. I love this whole like Western teal coppery snakeskin situation that's happening. I love how the lettering pops out, and I just love the whole color story of the palette. I mean, this is a whole desert situation. I feel like it can work with so many skin tones. If you do want to see me use like a bunch of these shades, go check out my live stream that I did about it. I did timestamp the live stream, so you can skip the whole beginning part when I'm yammering and drinking. Today I'm gonna do basically like a one and done, two and done look with this. I just really want to focus on this shade right here. The shade is called Bud. A subscriber wrote me and told me that this is apparently named after John Travolta's character in Urban Cowboy, which I have not seen. You also get like a pretty decent dual-ended brush in this palette, which is nice. I'm gonna use the flat brush end of this. Do you guys watch Joe Bob Briggs on Shudder? If you are a person who loves like campy horror, you definitely need to watch him. So we were watching Joe Bob the other night, and he did a double feature, so we stayed up till like 2:30 watching the second movie. The second movie was called The Love Witch. I didn't know what we were getting into. I didn't know anything about it, and the movie started playing, and I turned to Randy and I was like, oh my god, this is like from the 60s. And he's like, no, this was done in 2016. The aesthetic of this movie is absolutely incredible. It literally looks like a Hitchcock movie. The makeup, the hair, the cinematography, all of it, like I could not believe this was filmed in 2016. I don't want to give the movie away, but it's about a love witch. She is a femme fatale, and she's basically, you know, killing men with her love potions. This movie is worth watching just for the makeup and costuming alone. And her signature look is this vivid turquoise eye. So that's what I kind of feel like we're harkening back to today. I think hers is definitely more like matte, because that's definitely more 60s, but whatever, close enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Maisel. Who's your favorite character on that show? It's a tough choice for me between Midge and Susie, but I'm gonna have to go with Susie. The first time I ever saw Alex Borstein, who's the woman who plays Susie, was I saw her on a show called Getting On, which was on HBO. It starred Laurie Metcalf, and Alex Borstein played a very opposite character of what she's playing on Maisel. She is so versatile. And the first time I ever saw Rachel Brosnahan, is that how you say her name? She plays Midge Maisel. It was on House of Cards, which again, completely different role, super heavy and dramatic. Okay, this damn teal is giving me life. So we're gonna go in with Cowboy Rick. I love this shade so much. I'm gonna put it on my brow bone. I'm just like lightly tapping it on with my finger. I don't want it to be super intense because it's already really, really blangy. Okay, so I don't have any new brow products. I'm gonna step away, do my brows because boring, and I'll be right back. Okay, so finish my brows, and I also realized that I forgot to set my under eye with powder. So I went ahead and did that. It's not really new, but I want to mention it because this damn product has been sold out everywhere for quite some time. This is the Chantecaille Brightening Eye Kajal, and they just put it back. Hopefully when this video goes up, it'll still be in stock, but they just restocked this on Chantecaille's website. And this is my favorite waterline nude pencil I have ever found, especially if you're feeling tired. It's so subtle, but it makes your eyes look bigger and it just brightens everything up. And it definitely goes along with this look because, again, like a very 60s pop of color, but we want to look really wide-eyed. We want that like doe eye situation. So now I'm going to go in with, this is a newer liner for me. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect Amazing Eye Pencil. It's just a black eye pencil. It's nothing exciting, but something that I use almost every single time I do my makeup, just lightly touching on my lash line to thicken it up. So when I put on that mascara, it looks even better. And I also like to use one of these pencils that I can sharpen myself with a sharpener because I like to do a little baby flick. Just a little baby. Also wanted to take this moment to say, if you guys are enjoying my videos, if you're digging on my treats, please subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up. It's totes free for you and it really helps my channel out. So it's basically like a win-win situation. Okay, it's official. I was obsessed with this palette before and now this was like the final straw. I'm completely in love with this palette. So brand new mascara. This has a lot of hype surrounding it. This is the Lancome Lash Idole. And my bangs are getting so long here, I'm gonna try to not get mascara on them. So this is the brush for Lancome Lash Idole, and I really like it because you can see how flexible it is. So it moves with your lashes, and you also get that like nice curling push-up effect, and it's also getting in there with all those little nubby nubbins. Oh, got some in my hair like I thought. I do really like this mascara. It reminds me a little bit of the Benefit Roller Lash. You do get, I feel like, a little bit more thickness with this than you do with the Benefit Roller Lash, which is more just about length. If you're looking for a pretty nice natural one and done mascara, I think this is really nice. I also love that I don't have to be too precious with it. You know what I mean? Like I can keep going in and it doesn't get clumpy and I can really just get all the nooks and crans. I almost forgot. Another channel that does something very similar in the vein of like applying makeup while talking about something completely different from makeup is Ashley A. She does a beauty biography series. So recently, for instance, she just did Ingrid Bergman, and she does that person's signature makeup look while telling you about their life. I love things like this. So now we're moving on to a powder blush because, like I said, we're double blushing. Guys, this damn cheek palette by Aether Beauty is incredible. So this was sent to me by Aether Beauty. I can't stop talking about it. I'm sure anyone who's watching my channel regularly is like, okay, Kate, we get it. But it's so good. I have it in amber and I'm going to use both of these blush shades. I'm going to try to go easy because we already have the cream blush on, but probably not because I really like blush. Do you see, like, this is just this balanced shade alone on top of the cream blush I have on. Like, I probably should stop right now, but I'm gonna go in with just like a touch of this right on the apple. Stunning! I'm officially angry. Now we're gonna move on to lips, and I wanna pull these back out again. These are new-ish. They came out, I think, like a couple months ago. They're the Fenty cream version of their gloss bombs. So I think I'm gonna use both. This shade is called Cookie Jar, and this shade is called Honey Waffles. These are very, very, like, unexpected shades for me. I don't usually gravitate toward browns, but you know what? We're gonna do it today. We're gonna do something different. So I kind of stuck with the whole like vibe of this palette. You've got the pop of turquoise, but you've also got the browns. That is truly such a stunning color. And again, I would never ever have chosen that color for myself. And then I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade. I'm gonna use Honey Waffles and just go into the middle of my lip. I did not think that these shades would suit someone as pasty as me, but you know what? I take it back. So I just got this in the mail yesterday. This is the Ofra Signature Palette. So I believe this is 5 of their most popular highlighter shades, and look at how stunning they are. I've been wanting to try Ofra highlighters for quite some time now. Which one to choose? Which one to choose? I'm gonna have to go with Pillow Talk. That's this sort of icy pink one right here. You guys know I love a pink highlight. Oh my god. I mean, I have heard that these are super buttery and super blingy, and that's correct, they are. I can't wait to try the rest of these shades, but just based off of this shade alone, I'm into it. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I just have to say, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a pat on the back because this is not necessarily a look I would ever have gravitated toward. The eyeshadow is super bold, the lips are not necessarily a shade that I thought would be the most flattering on me, but I love the combo. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun. I haven't done a chatty get ready with me in a hot second, and by a hot second, I mean it's definitely been over a year and maybe 2 years. So again, let me know what your box office beat requests are down below in the description box, as well as if you enjoyed this style of video, because honestly, it was super chill and refreshing, and I'm into it. Naked Wild West, pal, good job! And cheers till next time.